Thank you, Dr. Lina. Without further ado, let's get to know our distinguished panelists and welcome them to the stage. First, we have Dr. Naveed Elahi, serving as Dean, National Institute of Public Policy, Government of Pakistan, and Professor, School of Governance, UMT Lahore. He holds 2 PhDs, one from King's College London and the other from King's Business School UK. Dr. Elahi has previously served at significant government positions and is the recipient of the National Award Sitara Shujaa. Beyond academia, he is a prolific author, poet, columnist, and chief editor of many journals. Thank you, Dr. Elahi. Next, we have Mr. Badr, co-founder and vice president of Branders, a leading digital media and marketing company. Thank you, Mr. Badr. He has served as product growth manager for Pakistan at Facebook, Twitter, and Google's country consultant for 10 years. Mr. Badr is a founding board member at tech incubators like Plan 9 and NIC Lounge Lahore, a CEC member at Pasha, and an active mentor. Thank you for being here with us. Now, lastly, we'll introduce Dr. Ayazuddin, the CEO of Pakistan's Circular Fashion Council. Dr. Ayazuddin, actively committed to sustainability since 2010, he began his journey under the guidance of the Center for Sustainability at the London College of Fashion. Today, Dr. Ayazuddin leads initiatives addressing climate change and advocating for circularity, recognizing the need for collaborative efforts to make a meaningful impact. Thank you for being here. Lastly, we have Professor Dr. Shahid Qureshi, Rector of Gift University, a renowned expert in entrepreneurship with a PhD from TU Berlin. Notably, he directed the Center for Entrepreneurial Development at IDEA Karachi, and currently serves on the Board of Ignite and Board of Intermediate and Secondary Education, Karachi. He could not be here with us today due to bad weather conditions, but he'll be joining us on Zoom, so please welcome him as well. Thank you all for being here today, and let's delve into our panel discussion of the quadruple helix perspective. Thank you.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Before we begin with the discourse, I would like to welcome and I'm grateful to each and every one of our panelists, and I wish Dr. Shahid could have joined us in person, but definitely because of the weather conditions and the fog, but I'm glad that he's with us via Zoom, so we'll be able to learn from his experience as well. So a little bit about the topic, the Bridging the Gap, quadruple helix perspective. I would like to share with you a little bit about the quadruple helix, which initially started or initiated or was proposed as the triple helix model for innovation and socio-economic development. When we talk about triple helix, there are 3 constituents of this concept, which are the industry, the academia, and the government. Until and unless we have all 3 successful initiatives being driven and being accomplished as well. However, this triple helix was proposed in the 1990s, and later on in the 2009, it was further extended that this triple helix is supposed to be backed up with the civil society or the public at large. So when we talk about implementation, until unless we have the public involved with us, we cannot implement if we cannot guarantee progress until we know what is the problem, what are the concerns of the public, and eventually establish interventions based on that with the help of the experts from the industry, academia, and the government. So we would like to begin, or I would like to share that how we are going to proceed in the discussion. We will be talking about the challenges primarily from each one of you, the challenges from your area of expertise, and then we are going to be moving ahead towards the recommendations and the suggestions of bridging the gap between industry, academia, government, and the civil society. Why aren't we connected together, and why aren't we able to add on to the socio-economic development of the state and eventually be a participant of the global economic development as well? I would like to share that with my perspective when I was looking up for the panelists to come. Badr is the representative of the industry. He has an experience in the e-commerce sector, so he'll be adding on to our knowledge with reference to the industry, the interventions that have been there, and how does the industry foresee the future of jobs, how can the academics include or improve the curricula which is better driven towards the industry needs. Then we have Dr. Naveed Ilahi with us, who is both an academic and a public servant. So he'll be representing, he's got two hats today. He'll be representing the public side. We'll be talking about the public policy. How is the public policy being established in favor of the overall socio-economic development? And he would also share with us the perspective of the education sector. How can we improve or add value to the academia? And we have with us Dr. Ayazuddin, who interestingly is a medical doctor and turned into the fashion industry professional, and he's very, very keen towards sustainability, ladies and gentlemen. He's extremely interested in maintaining the resources or maintaining the sustainable environment, and he's looking forward to different interventions. And he's really interested to have collaboration with Lahore Garrison University and provide platform to our students for both exposure and industry experience as well. So we are looking forward to many collaborations. And Dr. Shahid, of course, is a major, stakeholder when it comes to the academia. He has a very significant position as a rector at an academic institution. So we will be looking forward to his insights about what are the challenges being faced from the academic sector. Gentlemen, we will begin. Dr. Shahid, I would like you to please primarily let me know if we are all audible to you. Dr. Shahid, am I audible, please?
It's me, sir? Okay. G. So, ma'am, how much time do I have? Can you please just tell me, because there was some sound problem going on?
Dr. we would steer through the conversation with different questions. I would like you to please...
G?
We would like to steer the conversation one by one. We would like to have your input in terms of the challenges that the academia is facing with reference to the industry-academia gap. Where do you think the gap exists? What are the challenges when it comes to collaborating with the industry?
Okay. Can you hear me easily? Is it, I'm
yes,
hearable?
Yes, we do. You're clearly audible.
Okay. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Respected my panel fellows and respected faculty members at the Lahore Garrison University, I would like to congratulate you on this great conference. I was here yesterday and I was impressed about what things were going on. So as a student of entrepreneurship and as a learner and enthusiastic about how things are happening, so the biggest gap I think which I see in this quadruple model, the government, society, business and then the university, I think the university has to play a major role. Because the government is very busy. The government is very busy in its day-to-day operations, and the businesses are extremely busy in making their businesses work, and the SMEs, the micro SMEs, and the multinationals. And I'm talking about the Pakistani context. They're working hard to survive, and the society is undergoing a lot of turbulence. So you see the poverty, indices are, the poverty line has, come down. But at this point of time, I think the university administration, the university professor has to come forward. That is the biggest gap which I see. And I would just like to, I don't know whether I will be giving more time, but this is what my is what we were trying to do at IBA Karachi was that our faculty members took the initiative and our management took the initiative, and we were talking with the government, Sindh Board of Investment, that is an arm of the Sindh government, that hey sir, if you have some surplus money or if you can contribute, we can launch a project to help people develop an entrepreneurial mindset. We will help them launch businesses. So a small pilot project was carried out on that initiative. 120 students and people from Sindh and the suburban areas were invited to come to IBA. So once again, the initiative was from the university. The government provided funding, and then Karachi Chamber of Commerce, we call the businesses and other industrialists, they jumped in that, hey, that's fine, we can share our experiences, we can work together, maybe some of them can come to us for a job later on. So we were able to connect with schools, vocational institutes, religious institutions, youth and women, and ask them to send their young men and women to us. We will develop them for like 3 months and help them to start a business and help them to grow a business or to become employable. So that was a very interesting quadruple model, which I think was basically driven by university professor. So what I have been hearing is, most of the time what I hear from university professors that the industry value hamare help nahi karte. And the industry people say that the university professors don't have the capacity, they don't understand what is happening, they're too theoretical. So we are hearing this debate back and forth. And I think, and this debate has no conclusion. So the biggest gap which I see is this debate, and that they say the industry complains to the faculty and the university, and the university complains to the industry that they don't cooperate. And we keep on complaining each other. So I think, as a faculty member, I have been working in industry for like 12 years before joining teaching in 2004. I think my perspective is that as a faculty member, I have more responsibility. And because no industry person will come to me unless he does not find value in that. And no government civil servant will come to me unless he finds value in me. So I have to be a person who is creating value and convince them and motivate them that I have something to offer to you. So this mindset has to be, this is the biggest gap which I feel that we really need to develop our faculty, our universities, which they have solutions for the industry, society, and the businesses. And if we have that, people will come to us. We can integrate all four. We can be a solution provider to all four and make a difference. So this is my story for 12 years at IB Karachi, and we are trying to do that at GIFT University. It's not easy. The biggest challenge, once again, the gap is to make the faculty feel that they are not theoretical, they are applied. They have to make them go and talk to the industry. We need to learn their language, and we have to make things very cheap for them, maybe for free for them. Maybe we'll have to offer our services for free, take time out and offer them small solutions and start doing smaller things. These smaller things give us credibility, and then they will give you funding. Then later on, they will give you more space. So this is a quick overview of my observations. So thank you very much. If there are any other questions, I'll be able to take that.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shahid. We'll be coming back to you in a while with some other questions, but you've given us some very important points that we can steer the conversation through. Dr. Shahid gave us something very important to ponder upon, that is doing things for free at times, from both the industry and the academia. Creating value, sometimes just for the sake of your social responsibility, for the development of the state, for the development of the nation and the community. We need to take a step forward irrespective of what monetary value it holds. It has a social value, it has a community value. So we need to create a mindset. That creation of the mindset is something that we need to do. However, let's take others' opinion about the industry and what do you think, where is the gap and how do you dramatically where is the gap?
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम, थैंक यू सो मच। एक तो डॉक्टर साहब ने कुछ चीज़ें बड़ी अच्छी हाईलाइट की, मैं भी यहीं से पढ़ा हूँ, पाकिस्तान से लाहौर से। सो मेरे अंदाजे के मुताबिक और जो मैंने इंडस्ट्री में आके ऑन द अदर साइड ऑफ द टेबल चीज़ें देखी और मेरा एक्सपीरियंस थोड़ा सा जॉब का भी रहा, मैंने काफ़ी साल जॉब भी की है, फिर मैं अपना एंटरप्रेन्योरियल एफर्ट भी कर रहा हूँ। उसमें भी हमने एक काइंड ऑफ फ्रॉम माइलस्टोन पर्सपेक्टिव वी स्टार्टेड अ कंपनी लोकली डोमेस्टिकली इन पाकिस्तान, तब कोई इंक्यूबेटर्स एक्सेलरेटर्स ऐसा इकोसिस्टम नहीं था पाकिस्तान में, और फिर रिसेंटली वी गॉट एक्वायर्ड बाय अ पोर्चुगीज कंपनी, सो वी हैव गॉन फुल साइकिल इन दैट स्पेस एज वेल, और मेरे भाई ने कंपनियों में भी काम किया। सो मेरी कुछ यार्डस्टिक और ऑब्जर्वेशन ये है कि एकेडेमिया में अब मैं रियलाइज करता हूँ कि बहुत सारी चेंजेस लाने की जरूरत है। सो नंबर वन गैप मेरी ऑब्जर्वेशन, एंड आई बी सॉरी कैंडिड एंड ऑनेस्ट एंड इन द इंटरेस्ट कि हम पाकिस्तान को इम्प्रूव करने के एंगल से बात करें, द बिगेस्ट चैलेंज आई बिलीव इज पब्लिक सेक्टर। एक तो हमें प्राइमरी से शुरू करने की जरूरत है, बट जो लास्ट माइल है तो बिल्कुल हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी वाला फेज है। यहाँ जितनी भी फैकल्टी है, सबसे पहले तो मैंडेटरी होना चाहिए कि फैकल्टी की इंटर्नशिप हो, बिकॉज मेजॉरिटी फैकल्टी जिस यूनिवर्सिटी से पढ़ती है वहीं से एमफिल करती है, वहीं से पीएचडी करते हैं, आसपास से करते हैं और वो वहीं पढ़ाना शुरू कर देते हैं। अनलाइक डॉक्टर साहब ने कहा कि उनका प्रैक्टिकल एक्सपीरियंस, बहुत कम फैकल्टी है जिन्होंने हैंड्स ऑन मार्केट में काम किया। आप जब तक हैंड्स ऑन अपनी कैटेगरी में, सेक्टर में, वर्टिकल में, अपने इंटरेस्ट की जगह पे काम नहीं करेंगे, आपको मार्केट की रियलिटीज की फील नहीं आएगी, और जब तक वो नहीं आएगी तो आप वो नॉलेज जो आपने डिस्पेंस करना है टू स्टूडेंट्स, वो आप बिल्कुल थ्योरेटिकल, बुकिश, एकेडमिक ही कर सकेंगे, और वो हमेशा बड़ा परफेक्ट होता है वो, बट मार्केट रियलिटीज हमेशा बड़ी डिफरेंट होती है, बड़ी इम्परफेक्ट होती है। और सो दोज फंडामेंटल्स नीड टू चेंज, और इसमें एचईसी का बहुत बड़ा रोल है। सो इस वक्त कोई भी जो आपकी फैकल्टी की प्रमोशनल क्राइटेरिया है, उसमें स्टूडेंट की वेलबीइंग इज नॉट इवन मेट्रिक। किसी फैकल्टी की प्रमोशन किस बेस पे होती है कि उन्होंने कितने साल काम किया और कितनी उन्होंने एकेडमिक रिसर्च सबमिट की, मोस्टली यही, which has nothing to do with the progress or the well-being of the student or the outcome के वो स्टूडेंट जो उनकी एकेडेमिया से निकला है, उसने कितनों में जॉब सीख की और उनको जॉब सक्सेस मिली और कितनों ने एंटरप्रेन्योरियल एफर्ट किया, बिकॉज ऑफ कोर्स एवरीवन हैज अ डिफरेंट प्रायोरिटी। तो मगर कोई एक क्राइटेरिया रेलेवेंस का होना जरूरी है फैकल्टी के लिए, और उसमें फैकल्टी को ट्रेन करना और अपस्किल करना भी जरूरी है। द चैलेंज इज कि जो हमने अपने टाइम पे जो फैकल्टी जो एज ग्रुप में है, उन्होंने जो चीज़ें पढ़ी, अब वो चीज़ें बहुत रैपिडली चेंज कर रही हैं। सो मैं क्विकली आपको सम अप करूँगा। सो एक तो ये एकेडमिया का एक ये मेरा एंगल था। इसके अलावा हमने बहुत सारा थियरी के साथ साथ अब स्किल्स पे भी फोकस करने की जरूरत है, बिकॉज थियरी के साथ साथ स्किल्स का गैप बहुत बढ़ता जा रहा है और फंडामेंटल स्किल्स चाहिए। फॉर एग्जाम्पल डिजिटल लिटरेसी इज अ फंडामेंटल नीड दीस डेज। फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी हम आज तक, तो करिकुलम को भी इम्प्रूव करने की बहुत जरूरत है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल आज तक हमारे बच्चों को जब तक वो हम रिटायर नहीं करवाए तो हमें अंदाजा नहीं होता रिटायरमेंट करनी क्या होती है, अनलेस वी आर इन अ ट्रैक जहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट वाले पब्लिक सर्विस में है तो आपको अंदाजा है कि आपने प्लान, बट प्राइवेट सेक्टर में जनरली हम लोग प्लानिंग नहीं करते हैं। एंड और ये पढ़ाया भी नहीं जाता, सेविंग कैसे करनी है, टैक्सेशन कैसे मैनेज करनी है। सो ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स हिट यू द मोमेंट यू गो टू द मार्केट। हमें बड़ी थ्योरेटिकल और एकेडमिक पर्सपेक्टिव से चीज़ें पढ़ाई जाती हैं, तो एक ये चीज करने वाली चीज़ है। एक जो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है माइंड सेट, उसकी मैं एग्जाम्पल आपको देता हूँ। मैं मेरी गूगल में जॉब हुई 2006 में। सो मैं पहली दफ़ा यूएस गया, पहली दफ़ा गूगल के ऑफिस गया, तो हम एक लंच की क्यू में खड़े थे, तो मुझे मेरे मैनेजर ने, मेरी जो खातून मैनेजर से मुझे इंट्रोड्यूस कराया कि ये एक साहब हैं, इन्होंने अभी रिसेंटली ज्वाइन किया गूगल एंड ही इज वन ऑफ द टॉप इंजीनियर्स एट गूगल। तो हम लंच की क्यू में खड़े थे, तो मैंने वैसे पूछा, मैंने कहा तुम इससे पहले किधर थे? तो उसने कहा मैं शेफ था। मैंने शायद मैंने गलत सुना है कि आप बेस्ट इंजीनियर है, पहले वो शेफ था। फिर मैंने सोचा तुम्हें पढ़ा क्या हुआ है? उसने कहा मैंने मास्टर्स इन साइकोलॉजी किया। master's in psychology, was a chef, is now one of the top engineers at Google. तो मैं भी ज़रा परेशान हो रहा था कि क्या how did you become a great engineer? तो जो उसने जवाब दिया that stuck to my mind. And what he said was, I went to university not to learn the subject. I went to university to learn how to learn a new thing every time. The process of learning is not inculcated in students. We try to cram the subject, which becomes obsolete sooner or later. So your ability to learn, unlearn and relearn है वो ability भी हम inculcate कर रहे हैं. And it's not only there, it's everywhere in Pakistan. It's not just one university.